Good morning students, welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I will give the introduction about a constructor. What is constructor? So what is the need of constructor? We are discussed in the last session. So what is constructor? A constructor is a special member function. It is used to initialize object itself, and this process we are called as automatic initialization of an object. So why we need constructor? So in a normal program, suppose we are not used a constructor, the values cannot be initialized to the private data members of the class. So that's why we are used to initialize values to the private data members of the class. We need a constructor. Understood? So definition is very simple and it is very important. What is constructor means? It is a special member function which is used to initialize object itself, and this process we are called as automatic initialization of an object. So when the object is initialized, the values to the private data members means when an object is created in a program. So how these constructors can be used in a program? The constructors is having certain rules. Based on that rules, we are using constructors in a C++ program. What are the rules the constructor is having to use it means we are go one by one rule. The first rule is the constructor name should be same as class name. When we want to use a constructor, whatever the class name we are given in a program, the same class name we are selected as a constructor name. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ನೇಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವೋ ಅದೇ ನೇಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Now test is a class name. We are used keyword class to declare the test. Here in a public area we are declare test constructor. Test is a function. It is not a ordinary function. It is a special member function because it is a constructor to initialize values to the private data members of the class. What is the first rule? The class name and constructor name both are same. The constructor name should always same as class name. What is the second rule? The second rule of the constructor is constructor never returns any value, or constructor never have any return data type including void. See, observe this example. So we are declared the test function, test constructor in a program. But here we are not mentioning any return data type. So observe, I will declare the display function. The display function we are defined by using a void return data type. Like that, we are not using any return data type, or we are not using any data type to return the value, because the constructor never returns any value, because automatically it will initialize its values to the private data members. It never returns any value. So that's why we are not mention any return data type to define the constructor. Understood? The second rule is clear. The constructor never returns any value. Constructor ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. Even void. So void is a data type. It does not return any value. ನಾವು void ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ void ಕೂಡ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. The constructor never returns any value, so it does not have any return data type including void data type. Understood? The third rule of the constructor is the constructors and destructors both should be declared in public area. So the class is having three access specifiers. The three access specifiers are private access specifier, public access specifier, and protected access specifier. So in the last session I will explain what happens if we are taken constructor as a private section. Even constructor in a private section we ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು last session ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. When we are taking constructor in a private section, the values cannot be initialized. So that's why always when we are declare the constructors in a program, always the constructor and destructors so should be declared in a public area, because the public special member function only initialize the values to the private data members of the class. So that's why the constructors and destructors both always should be declared in a public area. Understood? So we are not using a private, we are not using a protected, because those two cannot be initialized values to the private data members. So that's why the constructors are declared in a public area. Third rule is clear. It is very important rule. Next, the fourth rule. Constructors may or may not have arguments. You know, the functions should have arguments. The function does not having arguments. Arguments means parameters in a function. Here we are not passing any parameter. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಮೇ ಆರ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡದೇನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. The constructor is having 0 or more arguments. ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ may or may not have arguments in a program. So next, the fifth rule is the constructors are participating in overloading. Students, you know the overloading concept in OOP chapter. So in the OOP we are explain polymorphism concept. The polymorphism concept can be used in two types, means operator overloading and function overloading. So what is overloading means, in a program sometimes we want to declare the same function repeatedly in number of times, but the compiler is identify which function is executed in a program. We are differentiate the functions based on its different data types we are used to declare the variables, and different number of arguments we are passing in a function. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ನೇಮ್ ಇಂದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ದೇನೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಓವರ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್. ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಓವರ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Understood? So in the next chapter I will explain what is function overloading, how we are define function overloading concept in a program. So the constructors are participating in overloading. But the next rule is very important. Constructor never participating in inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance means it is a process of deriving a new class based on the existing class. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇರುವಂತ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಫಾದರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ ದ ಸನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. Means the son can occupy all the properties from its father class. Son class father class ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್. But constructors are participating in function overloading. Constructors never participating in a inheritance concept. That is an important rule in the constructor. The next rule is we are not able to find out the address of constructor. So students have already told that the function size of can be used to find how many bytes required to store the variable. We are using a size of function for the function. How many bytes of memory space a function is occupied. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಯಾವ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಯಾವ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ the constructor address will never find out in the program because we can't able to find because when an object is created, automatically it will invoke the function, then the values can be initialized automatically. So the user cannot able to find out the address of the constructors in a program. This is very important rule in a constructor. So any variable address or any data element address the users can find out, but the constructor address we never find out. Understood? We can't able to find out the address of the constructor. So the next rule is the constructor also having default arguments. So sometimes without display the garbage value, we are given some default values to the private data members of the class. So we are not passing any values, but the default values can be initialized. The constructor can allow the default values. So based on the default values, we execute the programs. The constructor allows the default arguments. The next rule is the constructors are execute only once when an object is created. Further callings are not allowed. So observe this program. So here, watch here. I will create the object is T. When an object is created, automatically, immediately, it will call its constructor name. Because the class name and constructor name both are same. When we are creating an object with the help of class name, immediately it will call the constructor, it will invoke the constructor. The constructor is initialized values to the private data members. Only once the constructor is called in a program. So this constructor is one sari matra namge execute agutte program alli, one sari matra invoke agutte based on a single object. Understood? The further callings are not allowed. Suppose I will give another constructor test T or T1. Now already T is called, invoke the constructor. So here the further callings are not allowed. This statement is gone. Suppose we are using different arguments, it is allowed. Here we are not using any arguments here. We have taken a zero parameterized constructor. Means there is no arguments in a constructor. So that's why it does not allowed for the further callings. So constructor is execute only once in a program. The further callings are not allowed. This is a very important rule in the constructor. The next rule is constructor do not use dot operator because it automatically executes. So what is the use of dot operator in a program? When we are declare a member functions of the class. The class is having two members, data members and member function. The data members can be represent the properties of the class. Member functions can be represent the behavior of the class. So we are write the associated code to the data members of the class. We need member function. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಬಟ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್. See, display is a member function. The display member function we are called with the help of an object T. We are written T dot display. The dot is a membership operator. So this membership operator can be execute followed function name. Dot admele yav function na mention madidyo aa function anna adu execute ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? So the dot operator can be used to call the member functions, but this dot operator we never used to call the constructor. ನೋಡಿ constructor ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, display function ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಾ, t dot test ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ವಾ? ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. Because the constructor is a special member function. It is used to initialize object itself. Itself means when an object is created, automatically it will call the constructor. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Understood? So these are all very important rules we are used to declare the constructors in a program. I will repeat the rules. What are the rules we are used to create the constructor means? The first rule is the constructor name should same as the class name. Constructor name and class name ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. Constructor never returns any value, means it does not having any return data type. So including the void data type. The third rule is constructors and destructors both should be declared under private public area. We are not using any private or protected areas. Always we are using public access specifier to declare the constructors and destructors. The fourth rule is constructors may or may not have arguments. Constructors alli arguments irbodu, arguments illde kuda irbodu. Next, constructors are participating in function overloading. Constructors ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ function overloading ನಲ್ಲಿ participate ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Next rule, constructors never participating in inheritance concept. Inheritance concept ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಬೇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Next, the constructor is also having default arguments. Sometimes we are passing the default values to execute the programs in a constructor. It will allow the default values. Next, constructor is execute only once when an object is created. The further callings are not allowed the constructors. So next, the dot operator cannot be used to call the constructor because it will automatically initialize the values. Students, are you clear? What are the rules we are used to create the constructors in a program? So here I will write the syntax first. Class name. Open the class definition. Here we are declaring the private data members. Just have we mentioned the dotted lines. Public constructor name. In a constructor, we are at some associated course. Here goes the class definition. So this is very important for 2 mark. There has to write the syntax for constructor creation in a C++ program. So in this syntax, what are the class name we are given? The same class name we are given as a constructor name. The class name and constructor name should be same. Understood? So based on this syntax, I will write one example. I will use class is num. What is the class name have you selected? The class name is num. Here I will use a private data member is n in a public area. I will declare the constructor. The constructor name is also num. So it is a 0 parameterized constructor. I will initialize n value itself. See, observe the syntax and example. Class is a keyword. Can we create or define the class? So here the class keyword can be used to create a num class. Here we are used a private section to declare the data members of the class in the syntax. So this private section I will use to create a variable data member n. Next, under the public area, I will create a constructor. The constructor name we are selected the same class name. Whatever class name we are given in a program, the same class name we are used to give the constructor name. So the constructor is a function. So that's why we have mentioned the parenthesis. So any word it is having the parenthesis, it is called as a function. Constructor is a special member function. The first rule is the constructor name should be same as class name. Another rule, the constructor is always written. The constructor is always declared in a public area. Another rule, the constructor does not having any return data because it does not return any value, including void. So the constructor is may or may not having arguments. Understood? We are using the rules to create constructor in the example. It is important for 2 mark, for syntax 1 mark and example 1 mark. Understood? So next we move to the types of constructor. The constructors are classified into 3 types. The 3 types of constructors are default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. So these are also important for 1 mark. They are asked. Mention the types of constructor. What are the types of constructor? Constructor is having 3 types. The default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. Students, in the next video, we are discussed one by one what is default constructor, which syntax we are used to create a default constructor in a program, then how we are implementing using default constructor. Like that, we are discussed one by one type of constructors in the next video. Thank you.